Williams and Jason Goebel. It'll be Noah and Vucevic to jump it up. Noah tips it back, and Reggie Jackson claims it. The Clippers have it to begin the restart of the NBA season, moving from right to left. Here's Jackson on the right wing. Had a couple of games under his belt with the Clippers, and really part of that successful stretch as he gets it to Leonard, drives baseline with a right-handed dribble, lobs it back out for Jackson, who nearly goes out of bounds, but recovers in the corner. Step back, left corner, three ball is wide off the right. We're heading towards the 8-game regular season restart, as Gordon's first free throw is up and good. Gordon this year averaging 14.4 points per game. Missed a handful of games early in the season with a couple of injuries, but did have his first career triple-double against Minnesota just before the shutdown. Makes a pair. Magic up 2-0, 30 seconds in. Jackson grabs the ball in the back. Rebound pinballs around it to the hands of DJ Augustine. He'll bring it left to right across the timeline for the Magic. Picked up by Jackson. Gets past the initial defender. Hook pass goes inside, and the flip shot is good, plus a foul for Nikola Vucevic from Eastern pop culture, I might add. Zach Zarba, favorite show, The Wire. I mean, I'd have to concur. Favorite movie, The Godfather. Excellent choice for Williams, Shawshank Redemption, and for Goebel, The Godfather as well, as Vucevic missed the free throw, and the Clippers will come back down 4-0 with 8.5 to go in the first quarter. George pump fake on the right wing, drives down the right alley, bounce pass inside, and give Joe with great position in the restricted area, and PG-13 found him on a beautiful dish inside. Welcome to the family, Joakim Noah, 13th season. Every single day, to be back in the best shape he was possibly able to do. He would have never forgiven himself if the Clippers had called to give him a chance. They did just that. Sign back in, but Leonard claims the board. Right to left, Kawhi Leonard. Cross-court feed for Morris on the left wing. Surveying his options as Marcus Morris, having a career year himself, averaging 17.4.
By DJ Augustine. 7:20 to go in the first quarter from Orlando. Tied at 4 as Fournier drives, and is mauled. He was met kind of in a little bit of a convoy around him by no...
Just for the first one, the second two will be normal 12-minute quarters as Fournier knocks down the first free throw on the season, shooting enter the game. Fournier hits the second, good on a pair to make it 6-4. Orlando in front with 7:15 to go in the first quarter. Clippers swinging it around. Kawhi Leonard, who's averaging a career high in assists per game this year as well, at 5 per game, gets it to Paul George in the mid-range, who feels good and looks good. Goes into the hands of Marcus Morris, who will push the pace right to left himself with a right-handed dribble. Crosses over to his left, down the left alley, gets to the bucket, puts it up just a tad short over the outstretched arm of Nikola Vucevic. But a foul called and a timeout on the floor as the Clippers and the Magic tied at 6 with 6:41 to go in the first quarter. Solid start for the Clippers and Joakim Noah, who had his first bucket early in this first quarter on an and one. He was never a great free throw shooter through the majority of his 13-year career, but did miss the first, and Marcus Morris will head to the line with the score tied at 6 apiece with 6:42 to go in the first quarter, and rattles the first one home, shooting 82.3%. Now in his 9th season, turned 30 years old, 14th overall pick in 2011, and Morris came over in that deal with the Knicks at the trade deadline. Mo Harkless making his way to New York with the first round, and the ball is stripped out of the hands in the short corner on the far side. Vucevic had it. Morris takes it away like a kid taking candy away from a baby, and Leonard comes back the other way off of a great ball reverse shooting, but has really settled in nicely here in the first quarter. 11-6, Clippers up by 5 as we are midway through this 10-minute first quarter. Vucevic puts it up and in with a right-handed floater to make it 11-8. Clippers by 3. Under 5 minutes to go first quarter. Off a screen, George. Catch and shoot, left wing 3. No, it was long, but the offensive rebound to JaMychal Green. And he's a good barometer. When he has 9+ rebounds this year, the Clippers are 11-1. Here's George driving left into the paint. He tripped up on his own foot back outside. Jack all alone. It's Vucevic on the left block. Outlet goes to Gordon, left to right. Here comes the Orlando Magic. Short corner on the near side. Gordon finds the cutter, Ennis, who flails. We're still up by 1. 4:20 to go first quarter. Here's JaMychal Green. Clippers at 44-20 this year. They were 35-29 through 64 games. Last been down low, but missed the easy layup on the left block. Rebound Ennis. Up ahead, Augustine. Stops on a dime and finds the roll man. It was Vucevic, who was open on the right block and puts it in with the right hand off the glass. 4:05 to go here in the first quarter. Clippers down 12-11 on the Clippers broadcast network. Left wing rims in and out. It was halfway down and pops out into the hands of Aaron Gordon, who also has braided his hair, and during the shutdown actually released a diss track on Dwayne into the air, collected by Paul George. Advances with the pass into the front court across the timeline. Here's Leonard with a chest pass. Now George top the key, loses the dribble momentarily, regains control, steps it back. What a filthy move, and Paul George knocks it down. PG-13 ties it up at 14, and that's exactly what he has been talking about. Alone for a right wing three, that's long, and the rebound tapped a couple of times. Leonard into the hands of George. He'll bring it right to left. Black Lives Matter is written across the far side of the court as the NBA has done their part as best as they can thus far, and most players have said it's just a start. It's really only the groundwork to the eventual stuff that's going to make a difference in this overall climate, as George got fouled on the far side short. Montrezl Harrell, who are all missing this game with an excused absence, as George hits the second. 16-4. Finds the trailer. Williams is a blur to the basket down the right alley. He lays it in with the right hand off the glass. The underground goat is on the board for the first time in Orlando to give the Clippers a 4-point lead. 18-14 with 2 minutes left in the first quarter. Terrence Ross wastes no time. Check. He missed it wide to the right. Rebound scooped off the ground by Aaron Gordon. Here's Gordon, who drives and kicks once again. Back to Gordon on the left wing. Got it back from Vucevic. Spins down the left alley. Gets to the rim and lays it with a finger. One, make it 19-18 now as a Magic lead after the Gordon bucket. Williams on the drive. Counted and a foul. Lou Williams just finding the open space. The C's new look Lou is just as effective. In and out dribble. Got to the rim. Michael Carter Williams was a little too late on his rotation, and Lou will have a chance for three. 20 on the Clippers this year at 66 for the season. Clippers are third in the league in offensive rating, fifth in defensive rating, currently lead 21-19 with 1:15 to go in the first quarter. Iwundu has checked in and drives to the left, kick it out, left corner three ball. Ross off the back iron, no good. Rebound tapped around and finally claimed on an offensive rebound by Birch. Reset for Iwundu, he'll drive left, gets to the basket as Williams was there, but is picked up by Iwundu. Crosses over, fires from straight away, missed it short, and the rebound at the free throw line into the hands of Gary Clark, the former Houston Rocket, who has checked in. Up ahead, Michael Carter Williams gets into the paint, puts it up and in with the left hand off the glass as he battled with Patrick Patterson underneath the basket. 25 seconds, about 4 seconds separate shot clock and game clock as we wind down this first quarter of the first scrimmage of the restart of the NBA season. Williams will drain some clock now with George with 7 points, Morris with 4, Noah with 2, Leonard with 3, and Lou Williams on clock. Gary Clark will inbound on the far sideline, get it in for Terrence Ross, 35 feet from the basket, crosses over, 30-footer at the buzzer on the way, and he got fouled with .3 on the clock. Terrence Mann came out to greet him way outside, and it's Terrence on Terrence crime as Ross will be the beneficiary and get 3 free throws. Veteran, now 29 years of age, said that he had his wife. It's a play from Orlando on the Clippers Broadcast Network. Gaming chair upon arrival within the campus in Orlando. Keep in mind, most of these players live about 10, 15, 20 minutes away from where they're currently. On July 10th, had his wife, Nicoletta, drop it off. That's right, he's married to Nicoletta. All 3 free get the way. 26-21, Clippers down by 5. Here's Magruder handling the basketball. A reminder, no Beverly, no Montrezl Harrell, no Landry Shamet, no Ivica Zubac today due to excused absences and a little sulky out of Minnesota. But it's going to be an offensive foul on a fend-off off of both Ross, and the eventual call will go against Gary Clark as Coffey swiped with his off-right hand for 3. 28-21, Clippers in front, or excuse me, behind, down by 7, 1 minute into the second quarter as Carter Williams converted 24 for this Orlando team. He's been a plug-and-play type of guy. Here's Williams down the right alley, kick it out, right corner three, Magruder sticks it. Got fouled right at the basket by Lou Williams. So Magruder with his first bucket of the restart during this first preseason scrimmage. Before the shutdown, they had won 8 of their last 12, including 3 in a row against Minnesota, Houston, and Memphis. That triple-double from Aaron Gordon. They were really starting to find that rhythm as Carter Williams, and extends the lead back to 6, 30-24, about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Williams controls top of the key. One thing about Lou Williams that has been different, and a little bit different today, is he's handling the ball once again. Ever since the acquisition of Reggie Jackson, he's been off the ball in his natural. 30-27, Green already a career high in threes made this year as Terrence Ross with a quick trigger back the other way, misses it, offensive rebound, and Lou Williams could not stick the jumper in the near side corner. Carter Williams gets the outlet pass from Clark, surveys the floor at the left elbow, he'll pull up the jumper, and Clippers will inbound underneath their own basket, down by 7. Limited minutes for Kawhi Leonard and Paul George today. That's what we expect. But when the Clippers have had both of them in the lineup this year, 24-8 on the season. That's a 66-win pace as Williams lines up the straightaway 3 ball. Long rebound into the hands of Green, 6'7" to force the miss. Rebound, JaMychal Green, outlet to the near side, and Lou Williams. 4 minutes gone by, second quarter. Clippers down by 4. Here's Patterson on the left wing, 30 feet from the basket. Handed off from Magruder, who already has a 3 here in the second quarter. Drive and kick back for Lou Williams, 35 feet away with 5 on the shot clock. He'll rise for a right wing 3 and knocks it down. Lou Williams so smooth from the underground goat as he brings it within 1, 34-33 with 5:35 to go in the first half. And a timeout called by Steve Clifford as a one-two got it into the front court. So the Clippers within 1, back and forth. Already with 8 points in 8 minutes off the bench, 3 of 8 from the floor, and showing off the range early in Orlando as the Clippers are clawing their way back. 3rd, 6th man of the year of his career last year, back-to-back ties. Another adjustment made during the break as Fournier checks back in and immediately misses a far side short corner jumper. Here come the Clippers in transition from right to left. Williams in the short corner on the near side. He draws it down. Slippery offensively as he has a chance for 3. Ties it up at 34 apiece with 5:20 to go here in the first half. As the Clippers are starting to find their rhythm once again. Austin Clark and Birch. As Williams already in double figures, the first player to reach that mark so far. Outlet to the far side, Williams. Williams across the timeline. Bounce pass, a pocket pass for Noah. Pick it out. Coffee, open corner, 3-ball on the far side, and he sticks it. Amir Coffee on the board once. It's my bad. I know better than that. As the Clippers currently lead by 4 on a little bit of a spurt here. 9-0 run over the last 2 minutes and change. So Augustine heads to the free throw line where he's 88.5%. Can hang their hat on as Reggie Jackson comes back in for Amir Coffee. All 5 starters in for the Clippers. Leonard Morris, Noah, George, and Jackson. And game 38-36, 4.5 to go in the second quarter. Jackson scoops it up right about midcourt and walks it across the timeline. Whistle away from the basketball as well. Keep in mind the NBA, 0 positive tests in the bubble. One of the best news that we could have heard after the first couple of weeks. Leonard inbounds on the far sideline with a bounce pass for Reggie Jackson, who circles around the perimeter. Right-handed floater is up and good from 8 feet away. Reggie Jackson finds the bottom of the net. 40-36. Jackson. Clippers down by, or excuse me, up by 4. As he's flip-flopped a couple of times so far with 4 minutes to go in the first half. As Vucevic pick and pop straight away. 3-ball knocks it. Now in his 9th season, averaging 19.5 points and 11 rebounds per game. Another stellar campaign for the Magic. Leonard open on the right wing. Oh, try the 3 and responds. The Claw has found the range early in Orlando. 43-39 with 3:40 to go in the first half. A contested that may have gotten a piece as he comes up with air. Jackson there for the rebound. Up ahead, no in the short corner. Finds the cutter. It's Reggie Jackson. Michael Green will come back in. Green in his first 10 minutes of action, 2 points, 3 rebounds on 1 of 2 shooting from the floor. Jackson gets it in with an overhead pass, lobs it for Green, top of the key, handed off for Leonard. Kawhi Leonard with 6 points and 2 boards thus far. Swing it around, left corner 3-ball. George got it to go again. PG-13 in double figures with 10, and the Clippers up by 8, 48-40 with 90 seconds to go in the first half. Orlando left to right across the timeline. Augustine pulls back his dribble around the perimeter to Fournier on the left wing. Bounce pass short corner far side. Vucevic backing down against JaMychal Green. Got the size advantage. Can he use it to his advantage? Back outside. It's like a little Jackie Moon 2-man game. And Vucevic with a turnaround fadeaway jumper on the far side short corner. Knocks it through. 48-42. Clippers by 6. Here's Morris on the right wing. Pump fake and jab step against James Ennis. Back outside for Jackson. Those are the 2 more recent additions at that trade deadline for the Clippers. Jackson and Morris. Both of them have met a great deal. How about a fancy dribbling from Reggie? A couple seconds, maybe 4 or so, separate shot clock and game clock. 20 seconds to play in the first half as Augustine just dribbles back and forth between his right and left hand at the NBA logo at midcourt. 8 seconds to shoot now for Orlando, down by 8. Crosses over on Jackson, lost the basketball off of the leg of Jackson, picked up on the right wing. Ennis will try a 3-ball off the right side of the rim. Rebound by George with 3 seconds left. George pulls it up, 30-footer at the buzzer.